Yeah, going to Washington State this week, playing against a team in the midst of a 7-game win streak. Guys are really playing well right now, playing with a lot of confidence really on both sides of the ball. Much improved defensively, kind of over where they've been in the past. Like the way they're playing defense. They're playing aggressive and really trying to force the action defensively and doing a nice job of it. You can see, just like I said, playing with confidence, more and more confidence. Competitive group, play really hard. The quarterback, can't say enough good things about what Luke Falk's doing. Completing passes and, moving their football team and leading their team. Same supporting cast, excuse me, with, Gabe Marks and Craig Kraft and those guys that have been around for a while. Running backs are playing well. Offensive line's playing well. Just a good, solid football team right now. And like I said, playing with a lot of confidence. So it'll be a big challenge for us. Looking forward to going up and playing and competing. And, they've got a good home field advantage. It's a good atmosphere to play in, and so should be a good ball game.
Sonny, you mentioned Washington State's confidence. What's your team's mindset and confidence and psyche at this point after a game like the other day and the last few weeks?
Yeah, I think we're okay. I think that we needed to get settled back into a regular routine. I think was a big thing for us with the two midweek ball games. I think that was hard on us, in some ways. But once we got settled in, had a chance to rest up a little bit more last week. Thought we played really hard early in the game last week against Washington. Guys were excited. We were playing fast. Game kind of got away from us, but our guys were disappointed for sure. But came back with a good attitude on Sunday. They know we got a lot to play for. They know we're going to have to play well to have a chance to win the game Saturday. Washington State's a good football team. Our guys know it. They see it. Not hard to see. The numbers don't lie. So I think we're in a pretty good spot. I mean, I really do. I think that they know that if we play good, we're a good football team and capable of playing with anybody. And if we don't, then we won't.
Sonny, obviously being Mike being your former boss, have you seen what he has done, improving the defense, going to the run more? What kind of adjustments has he made philosophically? Do you think?
I don't think too much really. I think that part of the deal, they've run the ball more because they've had a lead. If you go and you look at their when they're running the ball, they're running it at the end of ball games when they're beating people, and so they're running it better. I mean, they're more effective running than they probably have been in the past. And they're calling it a little bit more. But I mean, Mike does what Mike's going to do, and he does it well. He's done it well for a long time, and so I mean, he hasn't had some epiphany. I promise you. I mean, he's always moved the ball. He's always scored points, and what they're doing is the same as he's always done. Like I said, they just do it very well, and that's about as good a compliment as you can give somebody that they execute their offense. They know what they're doing. They have a philosophy that they don't really waver from, and it's been effective.
Sonny, obviously what happens on third down is a result partly of what happens on first and second down. But
sure.
You guys were 1 for 14, I think.
Bad, yep.
I think Davis was 1 for 11 passing on third downs. Yep. How would you rate his performance, and what do you guys need to do differently to be better on third down?
Well, we got to get some guys open. I mean, the biggest thing, Washington covers well. They pressed their guys. There were small windows to throw in. It's always, anytime that you're 1 for whatever we were on third down, it's a combination of things. As you said, it's being in too many third and longs. It's, giving up a pass rush, some on the offensive line, getting pressure. It's, receiver routes didn't get a lot of separation at times. Routes weren't deep enough. Didn't make competitive plays. So it's decisions. It's everything. And so, you always want to be able to tie something up in a box and blame whatever it is you're going to blame. But I don't think it's a lot of things that contributed to that bad number. And third down is when you win and lose football games. I mean, that's the facts. And so if you're giving up a lot of third down conversions defensively and you're not getting them on first down, you're not going to win the game. That's one of the stats that is really critically important to whether or not you're going to win or lose a ball game is your ability to sustain drives on offense and your ability to keep them from sustaining drives defensively. And I think that told the accurate story of Saturday. I think that was sometimes you look at that numbers and you go, well, these numbers are a little skewed or whatever. Those numbers weren't skewed. That was an accurate portrayal of what took place.
When you say that Washington State's defense is aggressive, just expand on that a little bit. Are they?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, they move their front around a lot. They blitz, run through linebackers a lot. Run blitz. Do a good job of setting an edge. I mean, they're an up the field aggressive style of attacking defense, and I think it fits their personnel well, fits their players well, and I think allows them to play with a mentality that you can see carries over to the mentality of their football team, and I think that's those two things go hand in hand.
Given the injuries you've had on defense, the lack of success you've had for the second half of the year in particular, but
Yeah.
Where do you go from here? What can you do at this point in the season to make changes? And
Well, we've made a lot of adjustments in terms of scheme. We're trying to load the box to stop the run. That's been the one thing that we've done last couple of weeks is really sell out and try to stop the run. And when you do that, sometimes you're going to give up some big pass plays, which is what we did on Saturday. And what you're hoping is that you can force them to to have to throw the ball, be one-dimensional, whatever, and then you can make some plays on the back end and don't die a slow death. And so that's kind of what we've tried to do. It's worked at times, hasn't worked at times. It clearly didn't work very well Saturday. Thought it gave us a chance early in the game, to get a couple of stops, and then they took advantage of some of the matchups that it created. But when you're struggling from a personnel standpoint, there's only so much you can do. You know what I mean? You gotta put the players in the best position that you can put them in, and especially when you're playing with some young guys that maybe aren't ready to play or haven't played that much. You have to be careful that you're not trying to do too much scheme, because now you're playing with young players that not only are they really physically not ready to play, but they also don't know what they're doing. And so there's just a balancing act there. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think you want to necessarily stack it against these guys. I mean, they'll run it. I mean, they do a good job of, the quarterback does a great job of checking runs when he's got good numbers in the box. They have good backs. Their offensive line is a really big physical group, and so, they'll take advantage of it. If you come at them with a light box, I mean, they're going to run the ball at you.
Okay, guys. Anything else?
can you give us an update on a couple of the guys? Allensworth hasn't played last week, but I understand he might be ready to go.
We'll see. We'll see what he does this week.
Okay, and Barayo and Moore and Makari?
Yeah, I think all of them will play. I think they'll all be fine.